Greetings and salutations, my excellent friends. I hope you're having a fantastic day. This week, I had the absolute pleasure of appearing on the Just Japan podcast along with my good friend Jim Mullins, otherwise known as Mully, Warmouth Strat here on YouTube, and of course the host Kevin O'Shea, Busan Kevin, J-Land Kev, the man around town. And the topic of that particular podcast was podcasting in Asia. And part of the podcast was actually taking a look through Jim, myself, and Kevin's experience of how we record a podcast. So I thought I would take a few minutes out today, maybe not even a few minutes, but show you how I do it here. So here we are in the office. And you can see here the computer, and it is actually recording because I'll take the audio from the Yeti microphone rather than the GoPro itself. And you can see the microphone here. So I have a microphone stand here on the desk. I have a standard pop filter and then the Blue Yeti microphone with the shock mount set up there. And I record everything into Final Cut because what I'll do is I'll take the audio and then play with it in the timeline and then piece it together. So we get a product, and that's how I do it. And typically I have actually two different projects working. One I call audio, which is where I record each individual story and edit the elements together. And then I actually have the podcast one. So that's where I'll put in the different audio stingers and put in each individual story. And the reason why I do that is Final Cut 10, Final Cut X, has a real cool feature that you can take different voiceover projects and then group them together as a grouped clip. And then I'll name that based on each individual story. So instead of, if there are any different kinds of edits I have to do for the story, I can, rather than piece together and move different clips between storylines, I can actually just drop in the combined clip and go from there. It makes things so much easier. So that's how I do the podcast. Hope that was interesting for you. But yeah, I'm going to get back to doing some recording. Oh, and as you can see, I have the iPad down here. So this is where I can read the script. Because believe it or not, I do take a lot of time. Oh, sorry. I was going to say I bumped the microphone, but that was the microphone on the GoPro, not the microphone that I'm actually going to use for the audio here. Anyway, so yeah, I actually do script out the entire show, and it makes things a little bit flow, I guess, rather easily, and really helps pronouncing some of the names that I have to pronounce for leaders and other important figures here in Asia. I can actually break it out by syllable, and having it printed makes things a whole lot easier. Doesn't mean I'm always going to get it right, but at least it hopefully increases the accuracy. So there you go. Anyway, that's it for today. You guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about podcasting, be sure to leave me a question. I'll be happy to answer anything about it. But until next time, stay true to yourself, and as always, be awesome.